Thomas, thank you for joining us. I guess it's not every day that everybody wakes up and talks about having discussions with Tencent and Tencent finding interest in their company. Talk to us about how you were able to get Tencent to be amongst the companies that are investing in this round of funding for you.
Good afternoon. So it's an interesting journey. I think, for the past 7 years at Ozow, we've always been focused on letting our work speak for itself, and it did not go unnoticed. Tencent reached out to us with interest with regard to helping us expand in other markets as well as accelerate our growth. And it was an honor and privilege to be able to obviously have them leading our round.
Yeah. Was it difficult to persuade them to come on board?
If anything, they are well aware of the opportunities that Ozow can enable in Africa and the solution that we're able to deliver to millions of South Africans. So they were as eager as us to partner. So it was absolutely not difficult, and they were the most pleasant to deal with, if anything.
Well done indeed. So you are sitting on $48 million as we speak. Let's talk about what you're going to use the money for.
Look, I think there's a tremendous amount of work, tech development and enablement that needs to happen in our countries. We look at the financial infrastructure that there is at the moment with, 47 million bank account holder in South Africa that need to find a way to be able to transact via a digital way or at point of sale in person. And ultimately, these funds are going to be used to enable South Africans to be able to transact in a better way with many of our partners, such as Vodacom, MTN, Checkers, and ShopRite. So we're very excited to find new cost-effective ways to be able to allow South Africans to transact in a much better way.
Yeah, maybe just actualize it a little bit for us so that people understand precisely what you guys are doing. So you say you enable payment system. How does that work? What sort of difference do you make?
So we connect a payer and a payee directly between the bank accounts. So we automate the payment via instant EFT ultimately. It's something that we initially started on e-commerce, and due to the popularity of the product, many of our merchants and retailers and telco ask us to start enabling it at point of sale. So the way it works is very simple. Someone selects the bank they're dealing with, they authenticate themselves, select the bank account they want to pay from, and the payment is done. It's as simple as that, and it literally takes a few seconds for someone to make a payment at the fraction of the price of any alternative payment and in a much safer way.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to ask about competition within the sector, because as I was saying at the beginning of the program, I don't know how many emails per day from people who are pitching ideas about payment systems and that kind of thing. What kind of competition are we seeing within the space, and is it bringing prices down?
So I think payment is one of the most exciting vertical and industry to be in at the moment. There's so much disruption from a digital perspective. It's becoming also a very competitive landscape, which is exciting because it keeps all of us on our toes and forces us to be innovative. When you talk about card payment, that is something that was established in 1958 and 1966 by Visa and MasterCard. So it is something that was ripe for disruption. We're happy to lead that disruption from an innovation perspective in South Africa. Ozow, from a global standard perspective, is one of the leading bank-to-bank payment company and proudly South African.
Is that what you mean when you speak about transforming the banking industry? What are you referring to there?
If you look at how long it takes for anyone to do a manual EFT and the 2-3 minutes and the human errors that takes into it, I think the fact that Ozow has been able to transform this and allow anyone without a registration, without any download, to make a bank payment within a few seconds to a merchant is extraordinary and very innovative. And this is why Tencent ultimately led our round and invested in us. They could see the potential of our business, and more importantly, they can see the opportunity for scale and expansion on the rest of Africa.
Yeah, and very quickly, give us a sense of the numbers that you are dealing with in terms of the transactions that are going through your systems and the kind of growth you have seen.
Absolutely. So we transact at the moment over $100 million, so in excess of 1.5 billion rand per month. We've got millions of South African as well as merchants transacting on our platform on a daily basis. And we're seeing interesting growth at the moment of over 140,000 new consumers joining us every single month to partake part of that digitization.
Well,
and I think what is very important is that Ozow partake in the financial and digital inclusion. Our payments are data free and are empowering every South African from township all the way to the heart of Tencent.